If you find it difficult to sit with yourself, or maybe you're easily distracted, maybe emotions feel uncomfortable, or seeking and searching within feels very foreign and unsettling, then you might want to listen to this, as we are going to dive into the pattern of awareness avoidance. And this pattern is more common than you may realize. We live in a world full of distractions. I don't think it's anything new to talk about how distracted our society has become, how disconnected and disassociated our society has become in many ways. But the awareness avoidance pattern can also get the best of us. It can prevent us from seeing our own inner truth. It can prevent us from seeing the truth in reality and in the dimensions of existence. It can prevent us from facing our emotions and facing our shadow. The awareness pattern can also disrupt our ability to evolve and to reconnect with who we truly are. So I'm going to dive into this pattern. There's a lot to unpack here. If you're wanting to go deeper into this, I do have an episode available at the Odyssey of Self over at Substack. I just uploaded it with a podcast and written article where I go deep into this pattern. There's one passage in the book of problematic patterns, which is where I'm getting this from the work of Dr. Michael Lincoln, but it outlines a very big issue that humanity is facing right now that is preventing our evolution, that's preventing us from connecting with our true self, with our authentic self, and with our higher self. It's also disempowering us from connecting with our true power. Now, the awareness avoidance pattern, I feel a lot of us, maybe all of us in humanity, can relate to this in one way or another. Even in the spiritual community, many spiritualists tend to gravitate towards the light and towards the good, also as awareness avoidance, of avoiding our deeper self, our real self, our raw self, the parts of ourselves where we have been guarded and protected and maybe even formed illusions to keep us safe. This is a pattern I have been working on for myself. I encourage everyone to watch this, no matter where you are in your practice, because there can be many layers and levels to this. This awareness pattern is our key for evolution, for healing, and for transcendence, awakenings, enlightenments. However, this pattern can run very deep into our unconscious, preventing us from seeing, facing, and connecting with our truth. The pattern of awareness avoidance begins in early environments where truth felt dangerous, where seeing too much, feeling too deeply, or speaking too honestly brought pain, rejection, or chaos. So the child learned the safest strategy of all: don't look, don't feel, and don't acknowledge. But what we refuse to see ends up owning us. And what we face, we set free. When we learn to acknowledge our true power, our authentic self, and this does take quite a lot of learning to understand, we then see the truth in life. We see the dimensions in life, the dimensions in reality. Our senses awaken. We feel more, we see more, we be more. And we're aligning with our truth and the truth of all. However, when we are operated by this pattern, unconsciously, unknowingly, we are limiting our range of perception. We are limiting our range of being, and we are limiting our range of understanding the truth and even our truth and what our authenticity is all about. There is a process to this unraveling, and it does take time. There is also going to be a process of starting to feel safe and comfortable within the void. The void in Hermeticism is also known as prima materia, primordial chaos, where we transition from what is felt familiar and safe and comfortable, but yet limiting, to the void, which is nothingness. It is the point where we start to reconnect with who we truly are. The version of our true self has become so buried through all the pain and the suffering from long ago, let alone in this lifetime that we have experienced firsthand. So you can imagine the layers and the levels to this work of what it takes to truly reconnect with our authentic self, our authentic truth, who we truly are. After we spend some time in the void, which is the nothingness, the contrast of holding on and protecting and avoiding and distracting and disassociating, Spending time with ourselves brings us into the void, into the nothingness, into connecting with ourselves. From that point, it's then rebuilding the relationship with our truth. And that is going to be up for you to explore and to feel and understand. Signs that you're caught in the awareness avoidance pattern will be you fill every quiet moment with stimulation, such as scrolling, working, or planning, to avoid inner stillness. You analyze or rationalize emotions rather than allowing yourself to feel them. You avoid difficult conversations to preserve harmony or prevent rejection. You sense something is off, but distract yourself before you can face it. The origin pattern, the psychological root, had began in early family environments where awareness was unsafe. You may have grown up in a household where truth was denied, minimized, or punished. Emotional honesty might have been met with ridicule, silence, or explosive reactions. You learned to suppress curiosity or intuition to maintain peace and belonging. Awareness became associated with conflict, shame, or danger, so avoidance became protection. You can also think back to early times where we began to feel unsafe being in our light, being authentic, being true. It could be hundreds or thousands of years ago. So we carry this cellular memory. We carry it within our soul. We carry it within our bloodline. We are around it in society. It is part of our ingrained structure of living. So you can imagine the layers that we have to go through to return to who we truly are, to our truth, to our essence, to our purest, highest form of self. Our parents lived by these patterns, their parents lived by these patterns, and so on. Seeing the truth, feeling the truth equals danger. It equals discomfort. It equals pain. So be gentle with yourself. We're going to go into how to heal and how to bring awareness back into your practice to cultivate a greater relationship with your true self. And if you would like to go deeper into this, there is a full article, podcast with a guided meditation to assist you with your practice. The link to the Odyssey of Self is in the description area below. And let's look at the contrast between the false and the true beliefs. Just as a reminder, true beliefs are part of our true self, of our authentic, pure, true being. False beliefs are constructed from our experiences that we take in, that we observe, and that we maybe take on firsthand. They come from all the experiences that equaled lack of safety, punishment, or danger if we spoke our truth, saw the truth, felt the truth, or acted in our truth. In our early years, we morph and we adjust to those experiences, losing our true self in the process. These false beliefs end up growing to be stronger and stronger as we grow older, eventually morphing into many different behavioral patterns, into many different perceptions, into many different thoughts, etc. This whole practice, the foundation of this work, is returning to who you truly are, the empowered, sovereign self. One of the false beliefs here is if I see the truth, I won't be able to handle it. The true belief in alignment with your true self is, I am capable of meeting reality as it is. Awareness expands my capacity. It does not diminish it. Another false belief is, it's safer not to know. The true belief is, avoidance may feel safe, but truth is what actually protects and liberates me. The other false belief is, seeing what's wrong will make it worse. The true belief in relationship with your true, authentic, pure self is facing the truth allows healing to begin. What was seen can transform. What is denied continues to rule me. Next, we're going to look at how to heal. Awareness is going to be number one. Awareness is always number one. Awareness is your way through. When you can challenge your perceptions, when you can challenge your behaviors, when you can challenge your emotions, when you can challenge the aspects of self that are limiting, that are draining, that are depleting, and that are preventing you from seeing your own truth. Awareness is going to be your way through, and it will set you free. It also deepens the inner lens into the dimensions of self. Another exercise for healing the avoidance pattern is pause before you act. When you notice the urge to distract or disconnect, simply pause and take one conscious breath. You can ask yourself, what am I avoiding right now? You can practice gentle truth seeing. Choose one area of your life where you've been avoiding awareness and write or journal what's real and raw, not what's ideal or perfect. Let silence speak. Spend 5 minutes a day in stillness without a goal. Whatever arises, simply let it arise. And finally, anchor safety in the body. Awareness feels safer when your body knows it's supported. You can ground through breath, connecting with your posture, and dropping into presence. Awareness is not danger, although it can feel that way, and starting with this practice can feel uncomfortable. But know that this is your way through, and this is the way to set yourself free. We lose ourselves not by what we feel, but what we refuse to see. And when we stop running from the truth, well, life stops chasing us with lessons. If you would like to go deeper with this pattern, including steps how to transmute, how to heal, and create greater awareness within, there is again a link in the description area below to join us over at the Odyssey of Self. And I'm wishing you all the best on your journey and beyond of cultivating awareness and returning to your inner truth. Until next time, take care.